Technicational.
It's not a game, it's a rich thing.
Hello folks and welcome to another episode of Technicational. My name is Peyton Wilmot and today we have a review of the Galaxy A06 by Samsung. Now this is the lowest end you can find. No, they have lower numbers in the A. But this is one of the lower end phones in the A lineup you can get from Samsung. And this is definitely something a lot of people would like to know about because not everybody who can, actually afford a phone in the $50,000, $60,000, even $100,000 range. So it's good to know that you still have phones out there being made for the persons that are below the $20,000 mark, and this is one of them. So we need to find out if it's worth your money and if it's something you should invest in. So let's get right into it. So one of the things that really actually jumped out at me, and I don't know if it's old age, but I am looking at it now and this is an A06 coming from an A05, A04, from A03, those days, right? And here we have a big, beautiful display with a 50 megapixel camera at the back, headphone jack, Type-C, and a very decent size battery with a processor that can handle almost anything. And I don't know if you remember, but most people who had like a A03 or A04, these phones are not built to be, powerful phones. Let's just be real. But the A06 seemed to be breaking that tradition this year. So if you look at it, the design is not, it doesn't scream low end. It doesn't scream the lowest end of mid-range. And the design is flat edges, flat sides, and a notch for the camera at the screen. The only thing that makes this look like a low budget phone is the fact that the bezels are thick as hell. That's all. So going quick into everything that I know. First of all, the one that I have is 4 gigs of RAM and 64 gigs of storage. And if you're interested in this, you can get this at the Samsung Experience store in the Tropical Plaza. So let's start this thing off right. We're going to actually tell you about the performance, because when you're buying a low-end phone, you want to make sure that if you actually press an application, it actually come up relatively fast, not 2 days later. Now, my experience with the A06 is that, surprisingly, it is a really good performer. Not great, good. You can feel the sluggishness now and again when you have a lot of things running in the background, but at no point in time I got any freeze, any hiccups, or any crash apps. I might get some slowdown here and there, but it was not frequent. Secondly, it played a lot of games. I don't remember getting a game and it said it cannot download on this phone or it doesn't run on this phone. Everything works, and it's a full-on Android experience, not the light version like Android Go phones or stuff like that. No. For the price this is selling, you must know that there's some shortcomings, right? And one of the shortcomings, and one of the major shortcomings, is the camera. And it's not the camera quality, so to speak, because if you take photos in the day, it takes really good photos. Not really good, but good enough for the price. Remember that. But the problem I'm having, and I don't know if the update is going to fix this, is that you will take a photo, you will hear the sound, you will see the animation that the photo is taken, and you move, and the photo is taken after the animation. So you will say, all right, ready, freeze, take the photo, the person walk, and you will either see an empty area or the person walking. So the camera is very slow, and the lower the lighting is the slower it gets. And these problems are random. Sometimes it will be fast, sometimes it will be quick and sometimes it will be slow. It's like the camera have arthritis. But quality wise, in the day, the photos look good. In fair lighting, it's okay. And if it's night photos are taking, it looks like dog shit. Just being real with you. Videos is the same exact progression of, yeah. But when you look at the price though, can you really complain? Really? Okay, so we're at the part we talk about battery life, right? Now, I don't know what kind of weed this is smoking, but it claims to give that I'll get 4 days of battery life sometime when I go in the battery app. I don't get nowhere near that, but it definitely can last you a whole entire day with moderate use. Sometime it will get you to a day and a half, sometime it will get you to 2 days, depending on the intensity and the applications that you're using. Otherwise, I have no qualms. How many phones can you say you have and them last the whole day for you? So what are my final thoughts for the A06 from Samsung? Well, you see, you have to judge this phone by the price and what you're getting. For the price, what you're getting is not bad, because you get a 50 megapixel camera with 50 megapixel resolution, but it's slow. Can't complain about that because of the price. You get a very sleek design that doesn't look like a low budget phone, but it's made with plastic. So it's cheap. Can't complain. Price is good. Also, the display is big, but it's LCD. It's not OLED. But it's cheap, so you can't complain. You understand? So there's not much you can complain about when you compare the price of this to other phones where you will buy for $30,000-$50,000. The display is decent, the speaker on it is decent, and you have great viewing angles, and you can see the screen in daylight. So if you really want a phone to stop the gap until you can save for something really big or expensive, the A06 is definitely something you should be looking into. And if I do find a phone cheaper than this with better specs, you know I'll be carrying it on the channel for you guys to know about. Okay, so big shout out to Samsung for letting me actually review this, and thank you guys for watching, and until next time, peace.
Snakes in the grass, you gotta watch where you step. Blood on the leaves, you either kill or be killed. When there's food on the table, you either eat or you starve. And when the sharks in the water, you either sink or you swim. It's a jungle out there. It's a jungle out there. It's a jungle out there.